5, 4,
Hold on, you gotta
3, 2. Action.
I'm so bad at this. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Kai.
No. We're gonna do an education class on texture cutting. And we're also gonna do cutting guidelines and safety procedures during this course. You're gonna learn pretty much like posture, different techniques you can use with your scissors. You're gonna learn the difference between scissor, texture shears, and feather razors, and what the use for a feather razor is.
All right. That
So
must be this here.
This, so that you don't throw it away.
Got it.
And this is Jolanda.
Hey, Jolanda.
She is wearing her mask today, and she is going to be our model.
All right.
And at 10:30, we'll have live models come in. Okay? All right. We're gonna start with page 1.
How are you gonna leave her with some shark fins?
What?
How are you gonna leave her with some shark fins?
She likes it. That's her new style. She's going to the prom.
I can't take this class if there's gonna be shark fins. But I look like a shark.
Okay, so when cutting hair, there are a few things you need to know. From the safety of hair cutting to posture of your client and areas of the head, cutting angles. In this class, we will go over all of these things, different cutting techniques and implements for use on the models, okay? And we're looking at safety and hair cutting and posture. Why do you think this is important?
Which one, safety or the posture?
Both.
Well, posture would be important so that you're getting the right angles and so that you don't get tired.
Okay. And safety? Like palming your shears and
You
everything.
don't like poking that out.
Yeah, or cut yourself or cut the client. You have to go so dark, poking eyes out.
Sometimes cutting can be worse than poking.
That is true. Okay.
Wait,
so,
hold on, Kai. Can you explain what this is? Because I've never seen it before.
Yep, we're gonna go over to that in 1 second. Those are feather razors. So that's for, I'll show you in a minute. For safety, everyone knows how to palm their shears. Do you know what palming your shears are?
Yes.
Okay. Does
No.
everyone practice palming shears?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what palming your shears are? Okay. So palming your shears is when you hold them like this, using your pinky to secure them to the palm of your hand. You're gonna do that with the comb in your hand as you're combing and sectioning the person's hair, and then you'll flip up
Like what
to
you're
cut.
doing right now.
You never want to have your shears up while combing the hair. It's a safety hazard, so you always want to palm them. And then when you actually hold the hair, you're holding it with the opposite hand. You want to make sure that your client's position is a straight position. So you don't want their legs crossed, you don't want them hunched over, you don't want them tilting to one side. The reason for that is because if your legs are crossed, your hair is not even, because your body is uneven. So in order to get a really straight haircut, you want to make sure that your client's position is a straight position. So we'll go over the areas of the head, and this is why posture is very important. You have the top, the front, the sides, the crown, the nape, the back, and the fringe area is the bang area. Okay? Anytime your client is crossed legs, they tilt to the right or to the left, depending on which leg is crossed over. That means the top of the head is no longer the top of the head. If your client is leaned forward, that means now instead of the top being right at the center where the hump is, now the top is pushing more towards the back, and that's gonna be more where the crown is. So you wanna keep that in mind, especially when you're doing haircuts where you have like a pompadour or a coif, because it's longer in the front, shorter in the back. You need the center to be exactly in between both of those. So the center will, if your client is leaning forward, it's gonna wind up being longer. And then it's not gonna lay right. So then you also wanna remember the apex, parental ridge, occipital bone, and the four corners of the head. The reason those are important are for clipper cuts, because if you go too high on a clipper cut, you're not gonna be able to blend it properly if you go above that occipital bone, which is right in the back of your head here. So like, you know how everyone has, or like you see some people where they have that extra skin that kind of flaps over the bottom of that. That's where that bone is. You wanna make sure, you wanna make sure that your haircuts for blending, the shortest portion is under that. If you go higher, it's gonna be harder to blend if you start blending on that line. Because no matter how much you look at it in a mirror or anything, there's always gonna be a shadow. The reason lines and angles are important is because lines and angles are what makes the haircut. You have your horizontal lines, your vertical lines, your diagonal lines, and then you have your beveling. Don't forget also, like, every haircut you're using some type of angle, so you're using either 90 degrees, 180, 45, or 0 degrees. And that's for every haircut. Sometimes you're doing a disconnected cut, so you're using more than 2 of those at the same time. You have to remember where you're using them, the placement of them, so that the hair lays properly. This is very important for pixie cuts, coiffes, gentlemen's cuts, featherbacks, or even mullets, because you're using more than one of those angles. You're using the 45 in the front, and then you're going to the 90 and 80 in the back. So you want to make sure you know exactly what you're doing and how to position your fingers for the correct angle. And we will go over that when I start showing you the different haircut techniques. So, elevation is pretty much the same thing I was just talking about. This is where you want to grab the hair and you want to make sure that you're using the right elevation so that you're getting the right haircut. So if the hair is up like this, that is 180. This is going to give you longer layers. Once it goes down, you're going to have layers towards the bottom of the hair, and it's going to be kept long. So straight up, long layers. Okay? 90 is right to the side like this.
Depending on the area of the head.
Yes, well, you always want to use the bottom of your comb. Place the bottom of the comb on the head, and then your hair will fall right on it. That's 90.
Gotcha.
Okay? Because if you do it, like if you just assume, sometimes you could be doing a 45.
Gotcha.
So a 90, same thing all the way around, however you do it. Those layers, if you do them for layers, it's going to give you more of that full look. So you're going to have a lot more layers if you do a 90. 45, I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're doing like a pixie cut or you're doing a mullet, because a 45 is going to give you really, really short layers. That's also good for when you have a really old lady and she wants to like roll her hair, which no one ever really does anymore, but you might get that one person, you're going to use a 45.
What is a pixie cut?
A pixie cut is the cut Meg did yesterday, where it's like clipper cut at the bottom or really, really short on the sides and then longer towards the front.
Gotcha.
We already discussed like the layer cuts and the techniques for that, where you bring it up or to the side and what those different angles cause as far as the like length of the layers. And this is where I'm going to show you on the mannequin, and then we have our lovely model, which you're going to be able to use to practice some of these techniques. So if you notice, Jolanda's hair is a little crazy right now because we've been using her for a lot of different things. We're gonna spray the hair. You wanna make sure your client's hair is always wet when you're doing point cutting. You can do it on dry hair, but when their hair is really straight like this and you do it on dry hair, you're then gonna take those ends and you're gonna fray them, and we don't want that. We want their ends to lay nice and soft. For point cutting, that is the first one. You're gonna take the hair straight up, and remember, you never wanna cut past your knuckle, okay?
Is there a certain amount of hair we should leave on top, like outside of your fingers?
For point cutting? No, just whatever feels natural to you. I like to go with small parts just because when the hair is so straight, it's gonna, if you take too much hair, it's not gonna all
And
go
like
in.
the margin above your fingers, or how much room we have to cut.
I would do a 1/2 inch. Because you don't wanna go too long because the hair will start to bend. And you don't wanna go too short because you will cut yourself.
Yeah.
So you always wanna hold the hair top so it's not moving. And you're gonna point cut. And that's all it is, just cutting the ends. Keep your scissors kinda angled so it's not like straight, okay?
This is for texturizing.
Mm-hmm. That's all you're doing. Also, if you find it to be really hard to do it like this, you can turn your fingers and you can just tilt them down and still do the same thing.
When do you decide to do that?
How do you decide to point cut?
How do you know?
Okay, so if the hair, it depends on the type of hair your client has, right? If you notice that their hair, you have, once you cut it, you have all those lines. You
Yeah.
ever see that hair where it's just line after line after
Right.
line? You can see every single mark you made on their head.
Right.
You're gonna point cut. Point cutting is gonna make it softer and it's not gonna lay, so you have that line.
Super
Okay.
straight hair.
Yes. I like point cutting my layers on curly hair because curly hair is already, their cuticle is already blown open. So their hair is already not soft.
Okay.
Their hair has damage already done to it. So point cutting the curly hair makes the layers lay softer. Texture shears. And the reason I want to jump to texture shears is because I see everyone using these in barbershops and they use them to blend, which you can do. But there are other things you can use them for as well. So adding texture to your client's hair, if you're doing a haircut where it's in the front, you got that fringe that lifts up. They want that like messy faux hawk or anything like that, you're gonna use the texture shears at the end. You're gonna lift up the hair, clip the end, and lift up. Okay, that's gonna give them a little bit more movement to the hair. It's gonna make it a little bit like less so straight and give it more texture, which I like because when they mess up their hair, you don't want it to be like straight lines either. The next thing I want to show you is slide cutting. Slide cutting is something I use all the time, especially for layers, unless I'm doing curly hair, then I don't do it. So you're gonna take the hair, you're gonna take your scissors, and you're gonna slide the scissors across the hair. You're not gonna open and close the hair, okay? So you're gonna take it. Mannequin hair is really, really hard to do this with, and you're just gonna slide the hair. It takes pieces. So now we're gonna go to the feather razor, and this is what West threw out because he didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you what it is, so you don't throw them out again, okay? Feather razors are really, really good tools. I use them for a lot of haircuts because it gives the hair that jagged edge, so it makes it more playful. It gives it more definition and more character, and that's what people like in their hair.
Does it give it more volume too?
It does depending on how you use it. So what I'm gonna do to show you is we're gonna go over a few different ways to use the feather razor. You're gonna use it on an angle, so 45, and you're gonna use just the front part of your feather, not the full wave, okay? And you're just gonna feather it. Kind of like in a chopping motion, all the way down. Okay? Or if you're taking bulk off, you're gonna, and this is what you were doing where I told you like that's for something else. So you're gonna hold the hair down, you're gonna take it and you're gonna use the full thing and you're just gonna go right across all the way down, and that's gonna remove bulk. Another thing you can do is called twist cutting. It's when you take a section of the hair, you don't want it to be too big, maybe about dime size, okay? You're gonna twist it, and you're gonna take your feather razor, and you're gonna go across, and then let it go. That is more for character and definition, okay? You can also do it with the scissors. Again, twisting the hair and slide cutting on the twisted hair. Okay. Another thing we're going to do is curve cutting. And everyone does this a little differently. So I like to go underneath with mine. And it's another slide cutting technique, and you're just gonna go under and up, and that's gonna give you those invisible layers. You can also do point cutting underneath the hair to give you added lift, and that's also invisible layering as well. So to do that, you just hold the hair up. You go in with your scissors about 2 inches above their head, and you point cut chunks of the hair out and lay it back down. When the hair lays back after it's been dry, it's automatically gonna lift because those pieces you cut are gonna lift up. That's good for people that have thinning hair on the top or baldness and they wanna cover it up but still keeping their hair. You're gonna wanna do invisible layers. So for thin hair, balding hair, okay? Are y'all ready to practice?
No, but yes, let's get it.
You are. No, you never say no. You are ready to practice.
Out of somebody here.
I won't let you do that. I'm gonna be right there.
And have to go for a month to recover, you know?
Listen, I won't let you mess her up because then I would have to hear about it. So let's not do that. There you go. So now you can go ahead and you're gonna go ahead and take a piece of hair and you're gonna do that. Make sure you get a thin piece of hair. That's gonna be way too much. So you wanna do something that's like this thin.
See, this where not playing with Barbie dolls.
Make sure you palm your
It's okay, I didn't
razor.
have $5,000.
Okay, so show me. So that's is this palm?
This.
Lego.
You know,
Those are
put
too
this
expensive.
back here, just like that.
Got
There
it.
you go. And now your comb should be
I
in
know, I
this
went to
hand.
go, I was like,
and now you should be parting the hair with your
comb.
comb.
I was like, $60? Hell no.
So this
Why
this
is
is
it
a
so
good
much?
piece.
It's
Yep.
just
I tell you how many
$5.
times I tried to
Oh.
throw my Barbie dolls out and my mom would go through them.
Oh,
Every
here,
time I
what's this all about?
My Barbie dolls were all
Okay,
broken.
I got it.
So I
No,
should've
so
known
you have this
better.
bend
Yeah.
here with the hair. So you're gonna want to make sure you
They
grab
were all
from
broken,
here.
so.
Cool. Got
I
it.
should've known that,
Close
and I
to the scalp.
Yeah.
Yes,
then I was
and then
not
you're gonna
straight, but-
angle your fingers at a 45. Okay.
See, this is
Like
where
so.
this is like why I need practice because like you can tell that the way you hold the hair is forward.
Okay.
No,
Is that
you want
better?
me to do what with it?
Yep, now you're gonna angle at a 45.
I know you watch
So
how I
your
do
fingers
it, and
are
you
too-
watch
like
somebody
that.
else
There
do
you
it,
go.
and it's just like-
And now you're gonna slide cut from here down, keeping the hair in your
Now where
hand.
my comb go?
You're,
I can palm my comb.
yeah, you're palming it. Yep. Keep the hair nice and tight.
Keep it tight. And
Right here. You
Right
start right there. Yep. And
Get it
slide
tight,
all.
get it tight.
Nope. You're not. Right there. Yep. And
Okay.
slide all the way down.
wow,
There you go.
that's crazy. That was a lot of damn work for that little piece of hair.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, it's just like, man, I'm gonna do something wrong. I'm gonna mess up.
Okay, so now I'm gonna have you take out bulk. Okay? So we're gonna go. You never wanna do this on the top parts of the hair.
Taking out both.
Yes, with
That's the
this.
both. Oh, with this.
Yes. So you're gonna go ahead, take a little section of hair,
Mhm.
and then pull it forward. And I want you to just slide cut down this way to remove the bulk.
So can you do that on short hair too?
Yes.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
When people
That's good.
when you
Yep.
ask people if they want it to be thin and they don't want it.
But if you know they need some thinness taken out, you can do that.
It's not the point where they know this.
Okay. Am I good?
Yep. And you're gonna go ahead and do that down here because you want to keep as much length as possible because we're gonna use her for more things.
Now this is still 45.
Nope, this is gonna be flat across and you're just gonna slide down.
Gotta do another.
Okay.
Changes too real
So I
quick.
go underneath. So I take a small piece under what I just did.
Yes, because you don't want to keep using the same piece that you just did. So you can lift this up.
Lift that up. Small piece.
I'm so glad we have these classes.
Stretch this out.
Mm-hmm. Right down the bottom.
Bottom.
Just lay it right
Flat.
across. Yep, just like that. Yep, but you don't want to feather up and down. You just want to slide.
Just slide.
Just slide it down.
I thought I saw you chop.
One movement. That was when you were doing the side,
Gotcha.
not when you're doing it straight across. So like when I do it like this, it's gonna be like this. We're gonna take this little section here.
Okay.
Just like that.
It's both the same technique, eh? The chopping motion and the slide
No, it's gonna do different things to the
to
hair.
the hair.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
All right. Now I want you to point cut. So now you're gonna take your shears, which you can use mine, unless you have yours. And what I want you to do is you're gonna just take a section going straight down like this, and you're gonna lift the hair up, and you're gonna point cut that off, leaving 1/4 of an inch, just the ends, okay? You're gonna wanna go underneath with your fingers so that it's easier. Palm your shears.
Like so.
Yep,
Like so.
yes.
Sorry, I felt me pulling your hair.
No, it's okay. Not that sensitive.
Down to the end.
So what you're
I'm
gonna do?
Say she likes it, but I don't know you that well.
Sorry, you're gonna go upwards.
I mean,
My apologies.
So like this.
sorry,
Mhm.
if you know Kari, you probably know me.
Like so.
No.
No?
So, like this.
What am I doing wrong? Like this?
Mm-hmm. All the way down. There you go. All the way up. You're gonna leave about an inch. Keep going.
Wait, let me start. Fresh. Like this. This is I.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too.
Keep going. Keep going.
It's
Keep
so
going. 'Cause you want
forward.
to do just a little bit of hair. See how it's bending? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there.
And then just
Point cut.
point cut right there.
45. Yep. You're good.
This?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is also touched, right?
Yes.
Even on somebody with some long hair like that?
Mm-hmm. That's how I do her layers.
Okay.
So I point cut all of her layers.
So, but that effect will show at the bottom of the hair. So what?
Yes.
It'll have a jagged look.
Mm-hmm. And all the layers will have that same look.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's next?
My hair's also curly.
Twist
so
cutting.
it looks soft.
Yeah.
That I never heard of or saw before. You're the first person that
Okay,
showed
so
me.
you're gonna take just a section. This is also a way for thinning the hair. So if they have really thick hair, but they really don't want layers, you can do invisible layering. You can do it twisting like this, or you can do regular the way I showed you. So you're gonna take the hair, you're gonna twist it. You're gonna take with your razor, and you're just gonna slide across the top of it. Boom, done.
But you don't. You kind of just pick spots in the hair to do that.
Yes.
Right?
So I want you to take this spot right here, and you're gonna twist it. You're gonna do it with your razor. You would do the same thing with your scissors, slide cutting, the same exact way we did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead. I want you to do it towards the bottom of the hair.
Slide cut.
Yes.
Slide.
Down,
Flat.
down. Yep, right there.
Flat.
Yep. There you go. That's it. And that's taking out bulk and giving her those invisible layers. She's never gonna see them, but she will feel them. And that's okay for them to feel them. You don't want them to see it, especially if they don't want the layering. Okay?
So why would you give it?
Because if they have too much hair and you know that it's bulky, you need to remove that bulk. It's also gonna add like texture and movement to their hair.
Right. Gotcha.
People, when you say layers, people automatically scream because they think of like a mullet. They think that the hair is gonna be right here and then right here.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that there's so many different ways to give you layers where it looks flowy. They'll show you a picture and be like, I want this haircut, and not know that there are long layers in there and invisible layers. So it's your job to duplicate that without telling them you're actually giving them the layers.
Top of your hair is layered.
Yes,
Megan?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like we just did some slide cutting on Kai's the other day.
Okay.
All right, who is next?
Okay, nice.
Excuse
Come
me,
on.
partner. Let me pass it out.
Gilbert, you look scared, so guess who's going after Megan? You.
I mean, he can go now.
Okay, come on.
You be calling your name. Okay. Come over here, man.
Okay. I'm gonna have you work on this side of the head, since this has already been played with. And first thing you're going to do is you're going to slide cut with your razor, but you're gonna do it more towards the bottom. The bottom, 2.5 inches is what you're gonna be doing it with.
Is it up? It's up to us to decide what technique we want to use, right?
Yes.
How do I do it?
Okay. So you're gonna take it just like this, and you're gonna use your razor, but using the first 3, and you're just gonna slide down. Okay? Nope, you're gonna leave it up like that. And you want to put your fingers on an angle, so your fingers should be like this.
It looks like Johnny Depp.
Oh,
It really does.
she does.
It does look like Johnny Depp.
Thought it was him at first.
Nope.
His eyes are less inviting though.
Like this and an angle.
Right.
And then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take this section here and you're gonna remove bulk. So you're going to have it like this, straight at you. You're gonna put your blade here without pushing down and just slide right across it. And slide down with your hand. There you go. All right. Now, you have your scissors with you? Your shears? Okay, you can use them. So now we are going to slide cut. And I'm gonna have you take this portion of the hair here.
We'll hold these shears again.
Yeah, just like that. You gotta palm it. Yep, the way you just did. Yep. Okay, so you're gonna take it like this, and right this portion here is where you're gonna slide cut. So you're gonna put your scissors here and just run them down. Halfway open, okay? So go ahead. Nope. Your scissors should be like this. Yes, it's gonna be a weird shape. You're gonna slide down all the way. There you go. All right, and now we're gonna do twist cutting. So you're gonna take this part here of the hair. You're gonna twist it.
So where do we do twist cutting? What part of the hair?
Wherever you find it to be the most thick.
So it doesn't matter if it's the top, underneath, it's not.
You don't
like
want it to be the
removing
top
bulk.
first section that lays right up on their head, like that you see, because then you're gonna see those little marks.
Okay.
All right.
So you want it
No.
to kind of be in between the hand and
Yeah, you want it to kind of blend in.
Okay.
You're gonna use that, and you're gonna go right here along the bottom, and you're just gonna slide across the bottom of that.
Alright, don't
Okay.
fuck yourself up now.
All right, let's try this again. That's why I have it at the bottom.
I don't put my pinky in.
Okay. So you want to hold it like this
Mine don't.
and slide down. Okay.
No, I don't like
Go
that.
ahead. Towards the bottom of the hair. There you go. Perfect. All right, you're good. Who's next? Okay, we're gonna go over here. All right, we're going to start with slide cutting with your razor, your feather razor. You're gonna go ahead and hold your fingers like this, and you're gonna go to that bottom layer there, and you're gonna slide cut down at a 45. Okay.
So, like this.
All the way.
But that's not intention.
Okay, so I noticed everyone's doing this. You want to make sure the hair is straight. You're bending it.
Okay.
So don't bend it. Just keep it straight, and then your razor.
Like that.
Yes. All the way down.
And then
But this
top.
should be at a 45, so your fingers
Okay.
should be tilted.
Yeah, see, that's what's so awkward. So like that.
Yes. And now you're gonna use your razor here, but you're gonna slide. So move your hand with the razor. Go further down. Right there. Go ahead. There you go. You see? Alright. Now, I'm gonna take another section. And you are going to remove bulk. You're gonna do it right here. You're gonna do it right to this bottom here. Your blade is gonna go like
So this
this.
is when the blade lays flat on top.
Yep, and straight down. But do it towards the bottom of the hair so that I can. Now, when you are removing bulk, the reason I'm having you do it at the bottom of her hair is because I'm gonna go in and recut her hair.
I feel that.
You would normally do that more in like the center of the hair down. No, like the center of the hair shaft. So if
Got
the
it,
hair
got
is
it,
like
got
2 inches long, you're gonna want to do it like right here.
In the middle. Got it.
Yeah.
So is this too far down to start then?
No, you're fine because I'm gonna recut her hair. So I want you guys to do it towards the
Just
bottom. I
leave it
just
like
want you, I just want you guys to get the feel for it.
So, no matter how long the hair is, should start in the middle of it.
Yeah, because what you're doing is you're removing that bulk. The same way you would do with the texture shears, right? If they have so much hair, you're gonna go right to the center of the hair with your texture shears and chop it.
Right.
And then comb it out.
Got it.
This, I find this lays softer in the hair, and as it grows out, you don't have those pieces that kind of poke out everywhere. You ever see people's hair where it looks like they were
Yeah.
electrocuted? Okay, so this does not do that. Texture shears do. So that's why I don't really like the texture shears. I use this more. I only use texture shears if I'm doing a blend between the clipper cut and the scissor cut. Yep. Okay, and now you're gonna twist cut. So you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna take this piece here and twist it. And you're gonna do that with your blade. And you're gonna do that
And do the
towards the
same
bottom,
thing,
the
right?
same exact way.
Starting where?
Right towards the bottom. Yeah. Everything you do is gonna be at the bottom. And when that unfolds, it's gonna be really soft. Okay? All right. B, you're next.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna use my feather.
There's gonna be no coming back from the way that I do it.
Well,
This is gonna be going for a baldy, I think. I was gonna say, I'm gonna walk out looking like that man. Or even worse, your barber that's about to check.
oh my God, guys. No faith in V at all.
I know, right?
said it.
Exactly.
I have faith in you. You're gonna be amazing.
I'm the hype man, remember? So,
There you go.
for better or worse, like. If you think you're gonna fuck it up and be like, hell yeah, let's do some shit. Remember my first day?
All right, you must have the update on yours. It looks a little bit different. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so you're gonna start with this section here.
Okay, show me how to grab it.
Okay.
Pause.
Then you grab. You've been hanging around Dejan too long. Okay, so you're gonna take the hair, you're gonna put your fingers underneath, and you're gonna angle it at a 45 so your fingers are slightly tilted, and you're gonna take the razor, just the front two pieces, and you're gonna slide all the way down.
Okay, so I'm gonna be grabbing it with this hand.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be doing it with this hand, right?
Yeah, because you're a lefty, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you normally cut with
something
your
like
right
that.
hand, don't you?
Nah, I cut with my left hand. All right, so boom, got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Slide from here down, but move your fingers down with you. Nope. It's right there.
So you move both your hands like that.
There you go.
all right.
Oh.
Now can I
All
come in out and see how it looks?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, it looks good. It looks good. See, doing my thing.
Okay. Now you're going to now you're gonna remove bulk. You're gonna do it on this little section here. And you're just gonna brush it forward, and right at the bottom you're gonna put your full feather razor
And just
on it and
chop it?
slide. No,
Oh,
not chop
okay.
it, slide.
Okay.
Do not chop it.
Alright, so again, bring it back here.
Chop is the
That's
incorrect
enough.
word that we're looking for.
Okay,
Is that too much?
yes, but use these two fingers, always.
These two fingers.
Yes.
Alright. Alright, so boom, got some hair. Now bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I lost some.
That's okay.
Alright.
Not all of it's
Things
gonna
you
stay. Her
don't
hair is
No.
like,
say to the
Chop
class.
it, right?
no,
Okay,
slide
awesome.
down.
Alright, so slide it there.
Mm-hmm. Put it right against the hair.
Oh, you get a bald spot.
And slide.
That's okay. We're gonna work on it.
You gotta hold the hair tighter.
You can say
Alright,
that.
so hold the
Yeah.
hair tighter.
Put some color on.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got some more hair.
Always these two fingers.
This is-
Okay, alright. Alright, so these two fingers.
Palm your razor in the same hand with
Alright, it's in my
your.
palm.
Which hand are you razoring with? Your left, right? So you're gonna palm it on your left hand.
Alright,
That's
I
what I'm
think-
telling you. You cut with your right hand. We already
No, I
had this
don't.
conversation.
Yeah, so with the shears, yeah. I do
Okay.
with
That's
shears
what I'm
with my
saying.
Oh, wait.
hand. I cut
Your
with the clippers
comb
in my hand.
and your
Yeah.
razor should be in the same hand.
Alright.
Okay?
So
You're gonna take it with the opposite hand and you're gonna hold it taut so it's not
this doesn't
moving.
fit my finger, but alright. Alright.
And then you're gonna go up like this so it pushes against the hair, but hold on to the hair really tight and then go down.
Alright, so comb with this hand.
Yes.
This doesn't feel right. Okay. Alright.
It's not going to.
Okay, this should
Alright, so
not
I
be
should-
hanging.
But
It should
this
be
is, but
in
you're
your-
telling me
Yeah.
to comb with. Alright, so boom, I got hair. Let's bring it. Rewind. I got some hair. I got some hair now.
So you want to use those fingers because they have the most tension?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. Right fingers, right way to comb.
Yes. Where is your razor?
It's in my right hand, but I want to use my left hand.
I said you put it on the hand that you were holding your comb.
I mean, see, this is difficult because I don't have like one dominant
There you go.
hand that I use. Pause.
I missed that one actually. Can we go back?
So,
Sounded like
can't.
a good one.
Yes, you gotta hold it taut. And you're not going like that, you're going right here and you're gonna slide down. There you go. Boom. Okay.
I'm gonna need some practice.
Yes, palm with the hand that you are combing with, always.
Okay, so boom, I'll comb with this hand. Oh wait.
What hand's comfortable for you to comb?
I'm gonna comb with this hand, which I
then-
always do. I'm gonna
Cut with that.
cut with this hand, which I always do.
So-
But guess what? When it comes shear time, I'm using this hand.
Then you should be holding the comb with the hand you are cutting with. Everything should be on one hand. So if that's the hand you are combing, that's the hand you are cutting.
It's different.
Palm?
It's different with
Like
the
this.
with the.
This is what your hand should look like.
You're making
You're
me
cutting
really
them?
nervous on that speaker right now.
Alright, I got it.
Yes.
Alright.
Your comb should be in that hand too. This hand you should always hold the hair. Okay? And you should always hold the hair with these two fingers. I don't want to see you doing this, V, because you do this.
So when
I
you're-
wasn't formally taught, so that's why.
Okay, right here, you're gonna twist the hair. You're gonna take a section of hair.
Make sure we get in the range. Alright.
You're
So
gonna
got
take a
the
little
comb.
section. Yep.
This is too much.
Yeah, you only want to use the section like this much.
Okay. Now I'm twisting it this time, right?
Twist it in your hand.
Alright.
Yep. Comb it out. Make sure there's no knots, and then you're gonna twist it in your hand.
And you don't use the comb for this one.
No.
Alright, so I twisted it now. No, I
Can you throw some crickets in there when that happens on the video?
Come on, man. See, why did I make my turn a joke?
Hold it tight.
Alright, so I got it tight.
Okay, you don't need the comb anymore. Now you're gonna take your razor and you're gonna put it right against the same way you just did it. So just sitting flat on the hair. No,
Laying
flat
right
on the
there.
hair. And you're gonna slide down. There you go.
Alright.
Okay? And that's it. Now I'm gonna show you how to point cut.
Alright. Point
I didn't
time.
get the point cut. That was what I did.
Oh, okay, so we'll do point cutting for you
I
too.
really need to learn how to
Okay, point cut. You're gonna take the hair, your hand above the hair,
Do I-
with the
scissors?
comb.
I don't need this anymore.
No, you're gonna use your scissors. And you're gonna go all the way.
Alright, come on, don't be slinky neck.
Oh, don't be yanking my hair.
I'm not yanking
It
it.
was me.
You know,
It was
It's
me.
not
No,
me.
right.
Yeah, both my hands are right here. It's not me.
Right, it's not gentle at all.
No,
It's
no.
the hair.
Okay, and this is how much you're gonna have. The reason you're gonna have a little bit more on this tail here is because it's layered already, and you're gonna point cut. So you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna point cut this way. Okay, so your scissors should be angled.
Towards you.
So I grip it.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I'm holding it. These like this, right?
Yes, just like that.
Alright. And then when I flip it, it comes.
Yep,
With your thumb.
yep, just like that.
See, when I palm mine, I don't put my pinky.
When you okay, so it's like this.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
you just-
Take your pinky out. Your pinky should be right underneath and holding the scissors.
So you start with how you actually hold your scissors,
Alright,
and
so-
then you just drop your thumb out, and it should fall
Yeah.
right into your palm.
So this is the way you hold your scissors.
Really?
Now hold them up, right? You're gonna drop it, turn it, pinky holds it. Yes, hold it against your palm. There you go. And now you're gonna put the scissors and the comb in the same hand.
Alright. Comb. scissors. I mean shears. Grab this hair right here. Boop this hair. Alright. Wait.
So I think the reason you're confused is because when you're using like clippers, you always have the comb in the opposite hand, but when you're cutting with shears,
Is
It's
this all on the shot?
everything
Is this all on the shot, G?
Yeah.
I don't want to have all this footage and it's no good. Alright, there we go. Ooh. Alright.
Your hands want to go on top because you're going to lift the hair up. No, top. Yes. No, this way. Turn your hand around. Turn it around. Around. That way.
What? Come
Yes.
on now. You.
Go ahead. And then you got to tilt it up. Get it all the way down. Tilt it up. And now you're going to point cut. Don't go past your knuckle. But you're using, so you're going to be using this hand to hold the hair because this hand has your scissors, right? And that's the hand you cut with? Okay, so you're going to go with this hand up. No, not underneath, above. So up so that the hair is right on the top of your hand. So this hand,
Okay.
no, turn the hand.
I'm just as
It's going to
confused
be
as you are.
weird looking. You got to turn your hand around. Yes, there you go.
Okay. Alright.
All the way down. All the way down. Down, 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 down. Left up. Keep going. This part's gonna fall out. That's fine. This is the part you're gonna point cut.
And then just.
Yep, just point cut.
Yeah, see, I never know which way to like actually angle the shears and like what way they're supposed to be facing. Because it's so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright.
You need more practice with that. I feel like
Sure.
holding the hair especially.
So it's supposed to be like this?
That's the most difficult thing.
So when you're holding it, let me show you. So right here. Okay, we're gonna show everyone. Are you ready? Hey. Okay. You take the hair, guys, 45, lift up, okay? You're gonna go with your scissors on a 45. You're just gonna take the hair out. That's point cutting. Okay?
Oh, alright. See, when you grip it, you have the hair spread a certain way. It was like a knot for me. It was only. Oh, yeah. Okay. So now where you point
So
cut?
that starts with like
Just
the
right here.
correct amount of
Yeah.
tension.
Sometimes if their hair is really, really curly, you'll see me go in with the scissors tilted halfway on my finger and sliding across.
And that's for what reason?
Because the curly hair automatically curls and it wraps around your finger anyways. It's not gonna sit
gotcha.
straight up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, but you still want to angle that scissors. You still want to angle your shears. So you still want to angle it and cut. And go back and forth along your hand.
Are you supposed to put your finger like that on the board?
For that I do. But, I mean, I cut different than you guys, so
you,
just...
you always have your finger up there.
I know, I always do that. Alright, who wants to practice point cutting? Megan, come on.
I guess me.
You the one that didn't do it right.
Yeah? Okay.
What you thought, back up.
Okay,
What you thought?
there you go. Go ahead.
Okay, so you start it like this.
No, turn your hand around.
Like this?
No, this way.
That's exactly
No,
what
you
I was
didn't.
doing.
See? Wrong.
What?
Turn it around.
Oh my
There you go.
gosh.
It's okay. When you point cut, you should have the hair in between your finger like this, palm up.
Your palm,
No, it
yeah,
should be on,
like this.
the hair
And
should
then
be
up.
on the tippy top.
Alright.
The outside of your hand.
Okay.
That's where everyone's getting confused
Not
with
right.
because everyone's
Exactly.
grabbing it from underneath,
Right.
but you can't point cut underneath. You have to point cut on the top.
Gotcha.
And then you go up like this.
Yes. And then you point cut. Go ahead, just point cut that.
Like this. Okay, so it's not working. It's not cutting that.
So, okay, let me show you right next to you. I'm gonna go right next to you, okay?
So I'm not holding my fingers at the top at the correct angle. The angles are not conducive to how
Okay.
I'm supposed to be cutting.
So this is what
Right, that's the
So,
way.
look, I'm gonna show you. I'm standing right next to you,
Uh-huh.
okay? So, grab your hair. We're gonna do this together. Grab your hair.
Good.
No,
Nope.
there you go.
Damn, let me do it right. Give me a second.
Go ahead.
Shit, you don't even give me a second to do it the right way. Okay, like that.
All the way down. And then lift.
Okay, so I feel like the angles start wrong when you're standing the wrong way. So like you're standing like this.
Yeah, so stand that way. If you have to back up, back up.
I thought you were supposed to be the teacher.
No, stop. Look, I don't turn my hand. I just lift it
Oh,
up.
gotcha. So it's a different angle. So like this.
Lift up.
That.
Okay, and you're gonna take your scissors. You're gonna turn them. And you're gonna point cut.
Probably because you're coming from the back, maybe. Come in from the side.
Yeah, you have to go from the side.
Oh, like this.
There you go. And you point cut that way.
Thank you, teacher.
Anytime.
There you go.
Anytime. Anytime. And that's
Wow, I'm learning so much faster now.
I hate you. Go sit down. Go sit down. I can't stand you. Do you want a point cut?
Yeah.
Okay. You're fired. Go to bed. You're fired. Go to bed.
Oh shit.
go to bed.
Okay.
Not even get out.
So
Go to
your
bed.
hand
Right,
is
go
gonna
to
go
bed.
right in the front.
Just start the whole day.
Slide all the way down to the top of the
Start
hair.
the
You're
other
gonna
way.
lift it up and you're gonna point cut this way. Okay? You're gonna turn your body as we just seen.
I think the worst part is that I'm not seeing any of this.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. It's perfect.
Perfect.
You have a little bit back there left. You're good.
Yeah, there you go.
You got at least a short.
Remember not to cut past your knuckle. Because once you're past your knuckle, the hair is now uneven.
Yeah. 'cause it's not the
But you're
same.
not going for an even look.
Even with point cutting, you still don't want to go past your knuckle because you're gonna take off way more than you need to.
Okay, so which knuckle?
That knuckle.
Yeah.
Alright. Any other techniques you guys want to learn before I fix Angelica's hair?
None that I can think of right now.
Okay. I'm gonna fix this real quick and then on Megan's hair, I'm gonna show you how to do what V was talking about earlier, where it is just definition cutting on the hair, which is slide cutting from side to side.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we're gonna
Definition
do diverse cutting on Megan.
Diverse cutting.
Or
cutting,
misdirection.
misdirection.
That sounds right.
That's the same as
What?
over direct or something.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't get that term. You know what you did for me the other day?
Over directing, yeah.
That's what
That's
it's
not, it's not the same thing.
Misdirecting and over directing is not the same thing?
Yep. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why it's not the same thing.
Okay. And I get confused, like when you start doing that, like I can't picture in my mind how the hair is gonna lay once I make the cut. If I pull it the opposite way and cut it, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why I have to watch somebody else do it first.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I always go like in the direction of the hair so I can see the pattern. You know, that works for me. Even though. Sorry. Just don't just bust it out like nothing.
I'm just trying to do her
Make
hair.
all of us look really like rookies, right?
Oh.
Oh, little rookie. Little rookie. This is good stuff, okay? You call it, Kurt, come over here.
So cutting like that with layer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did it work, Vic, the overnight thing?
I don't know. I'm just playing when I left. But I only had like maybe
Excuse me.
$4 or $5.
That's what you said, 15.
Still working on that.
Did you just say you only had 4 or 5 hours?
Alright, so I had 2 30 minutes of just us. Then I queued up a bunch of stuff. But I don't know if it like autoplay 2
Gotcha.
hours worth of stuff. You know it stops after a while.
Gotcha.
But I got this 15-hour joint and just gonna upload and make it private, please, or unlisted. So whoever got the link, so just put it up and then it'll 15 hours. So just us.
When you layer it like that, it doesn't have to be
Yeah,
perfect.
you have to loop it on the weekend. On our days of shop floor.
So, so are you guys
Sunday
trying?
night. I don't know if anybody cares about that.
Are you trying to make it so that when people walk past the shop at night, they'll stop running?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a form of
Like
advertising.
the before and after. Like all the Instagram 15 8-second clips, compilation,
Yeah.
15 hours.
Paying for a flash on the screen.
Now you're going opposite
There's some
direction,
more.
huh?
And that's just gonna blend in what you guys did in the back of her
When
hair.
I got here this morning, my number was playing.
Man, that just take a long time to export 15-hour video.
Look at the new unicycle. Crazy.
Segway.
What it's called?
I think it's called a Segway.
Is it? He was going real fast. It had to be
Crazy, man.
It was almost as fast as a car.
I am old. Man.
You imagine one of those going in the street and then just them giving the hand signals of which way they're gonna turn.
That's
Oh
crazy.
my gosh, I would love that.
No more sitting on the seat.
Thank you very much for being our model.
Of course.
Thank
no
you.
Very
problem.
nice, how much?
No problem.
Thank you for that match too.
Oh, no problem. Alright.
Next up, we're gonna have Megan, and you're gonna learn misdirection. I
Is your camera still going?
don't know, is it still going?
And the crowd goes, wow.
We didn't do any stuff with these.
I believe so.
I don't like those, that's why I only use them for blending clipper cuts.
You showed us up here.
I was showing you what the clipper, what it does, yeah.
Yeah, see, it's bad.
We'll use it on Megan.
It's okay.
We'll do it on Megan.
We rookies.
You know what, Meg?
We're not
You know
worthy.
what?
We're not worthy. We're not
Wow.
worthy.
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Yeah,
not
thank
a
you.
Thank
problem.
you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, no
Have a
problem.
good one.
You too.
Spend some time with us.
Yep, no problem.
Are you leaving so soon?
Yes, I have to go back to sleep. I napped in sleep last night. So, hi, I'll set up another retouch for my color soon, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
guys.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, we're gonna get a new comb. What do you have in here?
Is this a powder? Is this a miracle sparkle?
No,
Magic powder?
I didn't put anything in it today besides right after I got out of the shower.
Your hair was looking fine to me.
Okay,
It's because of the lamp that it's at right now.
alright guys. This is what we're gonna do. Are you ready?
I can do a trip, man. Ready.
Okay. You're gonna, Megan's hair lays this way. Okay?
Naturally.
Naturally, this is the way she wants her hair to lay.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna comb the hair the opposite way.
Is that misdirect or over?
This is, you're over directing the hair.
Gotcha.
Okay? When you're cutting, that's when you're gonna do the misdirection, okay? Because now what you're gonna do is you're not cutting on a side and you're not cutting straight down.
Mhm.
You're cutting on an angle, but you're cutting this way,
Mhm.
okay? So your scissors are gonna be straight on the hair. You're gonna take that first layer of hair and you're just gonna cut it.
Not going down to the scalp.
No, right on the top.
Mhm.
And you're gonna brush those little pieces out. Okay? And then, after you do that and you feel like you're at a good place, you're gonna brush the hair over to her natural lay. Okay? And you're gonna stand in front of the client now because you wanna do this in the front. You're gonna turn their head, so their head is towards you, and you're gonna do the same thing.
So coming from the same way.
Yes. But this one you're slide cutting, so you're not gonna be opening and closing your scissors, or your shears. Then you're gonna comb the hair down, okay? And you're gonna take your feather razor, and this is what I was showing her yesterday. And you're gonna come right to the side here. See how there's that heaviness there?
Yes.
And you're just gonna slightly brush it.
Nice.
That's gonna get rid of that bulk. Now it blends.
That's the one with just the tip, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and you
just
can actually do that up on top here too. So like if you see, there's a few heavy pieces. You can see the light pieces. You can see the heavier pieces. You're gonna go in and you're just gonna feather those areas. Okay, and you're gonna brush it down.
Nice.
She
That helps
doesn't
too.
wear her hair straight down. She likes to mess it up,
Right.
and then this part goes back. So that's gonna give her.
Sometimes I do like to wear
More
it just
texture.
for-
Yeah, that's gonna give her more texture, more movement, but also definition in her hair. And her hair being so white right now, you're gonna see every single line. So you wanna make sure that you actually do that.
What do you mean by definition?
Definition just means like different shadow lines,
Gotcha.
different movement in the hair.
More depth.
Yes. Okay?
That's cool.
I left some pieces so y'all guys can practice. Anyone wants to practice?
I do not want to.
I
Practice
just
on
don't want to
Meg.
touch my
On
hair
Meg
or
hair.
Vegas.
Do you want to practice?
Yeah.
Okay. Gilbert's like, I got this.
I'll mess up a paying customer's hair.
Are you gonna use that or that?
Can't mess
How do
up
you
my
wanna do it?
homie hair, man.
Okay, so you're gonna stand behind her and you're gonna use it just on the top part of her hair, just taking a little bit, and no, the scissors are gonna be flat.
Now, when you say the
Just
top
on an
part,
angle. So the top layer, this part.
So this is not
This
gonna be
layer.
touching the scalp.
so when you slide,
No
right,
touching the
right,
scalp,
right.
yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, so right like just this top part of the hair. Your shears should just go right under it, and it should go on an angle, so your shears are cutting this way.
And you're actually cutting, not sliding, you're cutting.
This way you're cutting, the other way you're sliding. There you go, perfect, just like that. All right, now you're gonna comb forward, you're gonna get those little pieces out, and now you're gonna go the way,
Natural.
the natural part. You're gonna stand in front, and now you're gonna slide. You're not opening and closing your scissors. You're leaving them open, and you're gonna go ahead.
Flat.
Yes, same way you just did, but leaving them open, and you're just gonna slide across the hair. And that should only take out just a few pieces from the front.
Still just the top though.
Just the top, yes. All right, that's good. Okay,
So does this, how do you do this when somebody has a colic? Does that affect where you come and cannot cut?
you would not do this on a colic. Your colic should either be left long or short, or you should bevel cut the colic, which is also invisible layering, where you just kind of go into the center and kind of cut little chunks out so that it softens the colic, okay?
Gotcha.
Now you're gonna take your feather razor and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna blend just this little section here that I left for you guys to blend in. So, I'm gonna brush it down,
You just use my.
just the tip, and you're slightly brushing it, just very slightly.
And you want to brush it the way that it's gonna lay?
Yes,
Right?
nope, just the tip, so you're only gonna do this part here, right here. You see how it goes right in there? So the hair should fall right in this little crack here, and that's what you should be feathering down with.
That's nice right there.
Go ahead.
I like that.
Yep, there you go. You see the little pieces falling? And that's all you're doing.
And now right there is just helping the blend, right?
That's just for blending, yeah. And that's particularly good with haircuts like this, but also when you have that like heaviness between the clipper and the longer hair.
Can't
Like,
really quite get it.
yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else you guys want?
You can't exchange them once the blade is dull. You gotta buy another one, right?
Yes.
Can't change.
Well, there's blades in here, so
Oh, you can change the blades on them?
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna change out my blade. We'll change out mine. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take it right at the bottom and lift up. And then
You can turn it
slide.
around.
Yes. You can slide it out and you're gonna drop it right inside your blade thing. This is a
Yeah.
little bit tight, so we're gonna do it again. Disinfectant, obviously, because we just used it. And then this, when you open it up, this is how it looks. You're gonna slide your end part here. I have a new one, I'll show you. Where is it?
What you looking for?
My, oh, here it is, sorry. Okay, you're gonna go in, just like that. It sits right on the little lip there,
Yeah.
and it slides in,
I ain't know
and then you lift up, and now you
Nice.
have a brand new blade,
that. Nice.
okay?
Got you. Sure threw it away.
Yeah, please don't throw away your feather razors.
Man, now I know how to use it. Shit.
Thank you.
Nice.
How does everyone feel about the class? Do you feel that you learned something?
I definitely learned
feel
something.
like I learned some.
Okay, good. Everyone feels comfortable to use these techniques.
Not quite.
I
Not
don't feel
quite yet.
comfortable with doing what you just did on my hair because I didn't get to watch.
Okay, that's true.
But definitely learned though. Hands on felt.
So the next time there's a client that we can do that with, I will, if it's in my seat, I will have you come over and practice that. But also anyone who has the opportunity, any haircut like this,
Yeah.
or like mine, you have the opportunity to do that. Any pixie cut, any feather cut. So when you have the opportunity, do it. And if I'm here and you don't feel comfortable, just give me a look. I'll come over and
Absolutely.
walk you through it without making it look like you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely. Now I don't mind that, to be honest with you, but thank you.
Alright.
So how do we determine? I guess I don't really know how to determine what hair needs what.
Okay, so look at it this way. Think of every person in your seat having your hair. If you were them and that was the haircut, how would you want it to look? That's how I base what technique I'm gonna be using. For your hair, I like that misdirection, slide cutting, and feathering with the blending because that's what I like to do in my own hair. So I know the way it looks when it's done. It has like that choppy effect, but it also has the softness, which a lot of people like. So I know any haircut like yours, gentleman's cut, pixie cuts, pompadours, coifs, those are all haircuts I'm gonna use that technique on. Do you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Because those are the haircuts that people are gonna mess up in the back, bring forward, and then bring the front back.
Or probably just wear it.
Yeah, like shake it up and call it a day.
The itchy look.
Any haircut that you have that's like that, you want to add that definition and that texture to it. You don't want it to just lay flat, especially if it's on a guy or a child. They're never going to put product in their hair.
Right.
So when people say that they want something that's low maintenance, it's better to add texture so that
Yes.
it kind of gives it some more.
Movement, and it's not just laying flat on their head and they're not walking around looking crazy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that say they want low maintenance, that means I'm not going to do shit to my hair. I'm going to walk out of bed, run my fingers through it, and go out the door.
So they don't want like a style cut.
Yeah.
It's like a comb over where they have to put product in it every single day and like.
Yes. So a lot of people that say they want easy hair, they don't even want to use product. They're only going to use product if they absolutely necessarily have to. So you want to do a hairstyle on them similar to what they want, but also adding them the definition and texture so they can go out the door and not have just like flat, crazy hair.
Right.
Make sense?
Not so much on curly hair though. Right.
My hair is curly and I do it on mine, but I also like the way the texture brings out more of my curl. So really it depends on the type of curl you have. If you have that real tight curl, you're not going to do that. You're not even going to use,
I had the other day.
yes, you're not even going to use a feather razor on really, really, really curly hair.
Gotcha.
Okay? You okay?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So straight hair, I would say use the feather razor on it. Straight hair needs that like movement and definition, especially if you're doing anything which causes layering.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you cut someone's hair, like I said earlier, and you see those lines, you're gonna add movement to that to just take away from those lines.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Anything else? Everyone good?
I'm good.
Yay! Good class. Woohoo! Done.
Absolutely.
I can't reach my phone to turn it off, so someone talk, please.
You can't reach that?
Hell no.
Hell no.